Hello, everybody. We have a special event for you tonight. I'm Jenny Hayes, Beyond Mindset Mentor, and I am blessed to have Melanie King, who is a mind body um, spirit alignment specialist. I couldn't think what the S was. You can tell this is live. And Laura Wall, who is joining us as a 90 breath expert, and she is a healing guide is what she calls herself, and I love that. So we're here to talk tonight about this retreat we have coming up and answer any questions that anybody has. Give you a little bit about ourselves, so you know what you're getting into, hopefully, and why we think that this retreat is going to be so impactful for you and for us. So, Melanie, since you were kind of the spearhead and came up with the original idea for the retreat. Why don't you share what was on your heart when you did and share a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so way back in the spring, when after I met Jenny, Spirit basically said to me, "It's time to do a retreat. The women of Texas need a break, a pause in their life, a invitation to go within themselves and learn more about themselves, releasing any traumas, any tension in their body, just being able to take care of themselves, nurture themselves, have someone else take care of them. That would be the three of us that will be taking care of you for 2.5 glorious days, 3 days almost, or I guess 3 nights. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So 3 nights. So I am a massage therapist. I don't really like to. That's my license. But that's not who I am anymore. I am a MBSA specialist, meaning I help those who are ready to do some inner work and really bring their whole body into alignment with their spirit and with um, kind of their journey of where they want to go in life, releasing anything that is blocking them or standing in their way. And so I just hold space and help people on that process.
Beautiful. And Laura, why don't you go ahead and share about yourself and then I'll share.
Hello, all. I'm Laura Wall, native Texan, born in Austin, and I now live in sunny West Texas. But I love to travel, so I'm happy to be coming to Seguin soon to join these wonderful women and support all of you in taking a sacred pause. I've been in the healing and wellness field for about 14 years. I started out as a personal trainer, turned nutrition coach, turned holistic practitioner, and began to move into the field of mindset and healing. And as I explored different modalities, not only for myself, but also for my clients, I recently came upon a time when I needed my own sacred pause. And kind of like what Melanie was saying, Spirit put me on pause and said, "Girl, you're going too fast. You need to settle down and look around." And I discovered 90 Breathwork at a holistic fair in Austin. And I was just amazed at how quickly it was able to shift things for me internally, how I was able to cultivate greater calmness and peace and focus. And so I did a deep dive for about 6 months and decided to become a facilitator. What I love about 90 Breathwork is you are immersed in a multi-dimensional sound world with headphones. Everyone is listening to the same journey, and there's different and unique journeys. They're for different purposes, but you have that privacy to go within and to, along with the support of the music, the sounds, we've got binaural beats, we've got isochronic tones, we've got solfeggio frequencies, as well as guided breathwork coaching, neurolinguistic programming. There's some hypnotherapy, affirmations. It's a beautiful blend of sounds that change your brainwave state, and you're able to release trapped emotions and stored tension. You're able to reset your nervous system, and you're able to rewire your mind for your greatest divine potential. So I've been just amazed at using it for myself and my clients. I've worked with about 500 people in the last year in different capacities, and I have my own breathwork practice, and I go on journeys on a frequent basis. So I don't just sell the Kool-Aid or hand out the Kool-Aid. I drink the Kool-Aid on a regular basis, and I've certainly had a transformative year in finding this healing modality for me. I have discovered old traumas, old stuck emotions, things that I thought were healed, but there was another layer to be excavated and released. And I have to tell you, I feel really liberated. I feel unbothered most of the time. And I wouldn't say my life is stress free, but the way that I interact and the way that I respond to it now is so different. It doesn't cause such chaos internally. I'm able to move through things with a little more grace and ease. And I mean, who doesn't want that? Especially in these days of all the tension and noises and news and drama that goes in and around our big world. So I'm delighted to be part of this lovely crew and looking forward to serving you in August. I'm sorry, in September.
In September.
In August,
August is now. September, yeah. Don't show up in August. We won't be there.
Yeah.
So I'm Jenny Hayes. I'm Beyond Mindset mentor. I also had a long and varied journey like Laura. I started out as a paramedic and saw both the healing and the damaging properties of modern medicine. And I went on my own journey to discover that the body does so much more healing than we ever imagined it could. And I accidentally fell across this amazing technique called Brainspotting, where we connect the mind and the body. And as Laura was saying, we release a lot of those traumas that are keeping you stuck. We don't realize that, especially as women, when we're trying something new, when we're reaching for that goal, when we're going for that thing that we want, that thing that stops us, that causes us to procrastinate, that feels just kind of, whatever that is, and we just don't do the thing. A lot of time that is an old trauma. It may not be a huge thing, but we can clear it, and we can clear it fast. And so that's what I'm bringing to this journey, an opportunity for you to, again, get in touch with these things that are keeping you from moving forward into that life of peace that Laura was talking about, into that spiritual and body and mind alignment that Melanie's talking about. All of these techniques work together holistically to make all of these things work together and to relieve the stress. As Laura was talking, I identify with a lot of that. The person that I was 10 years ago is not who I am now. And a lot of it is because of the deeper work. We think that, oh, we just need to do self-care. We just need to go sit in the pool. Guess what? We have that, so you can. Or we need to have a glass of wine. Well, bring your own bottle. You can. But really what you need is that mind, body, spirit connection. And all of the techniques that we're bringing are going to help do that for you. Now, we are not packing this full of activity because we're doing this deep work. We've got the schedule's online, but Melanie is going to talk in a minute here about the amazing food that she's going to help prepare. We have downtime to the max. You're going to get some individual sessions. You're going to get some group sessions like what Laura's doing for us. And don't you think I won't be on that floor with her doing the breath work?
I'll be there too.
Yeah. Melanie and I have had the advantage that Laura doesn't have, is that we've sampled everybody else's techniques.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll share a little bit more about that in a minute. But yeah, so Melanie, why don't you share about the food and what you've got planned there?
I love food. so, so I've got my best friend, Christy, who owns Humble Creations. She will be bringing us some delectable items. We sat down, and we've got our menu here. It's all ready and ready to go.
Oh, it's all printed. How pretty.
Just, some highlights are Mediterranean spinach and feta crisps. We're going to have a roasted sesame chili cabbage salad. We're going to have cranberry glazed roasted butternut squash, Brussels sprouts, and sweet potato salad with goat cheese. And we're going to, like, kind of keep things a little bit separate. So if people don't love things, they can add as they want. We're trying to accommodate everyone's likes and dislikes. We're going to have some breakfast casserole. So we'll have some sweets, definitely fresh fruits, some breads. We will have coffee, teas, all the good things. The best thing, honestly, about being at this house is waking up early in the morning. The sun is just coming up over the river, so you get a little glint of the sunlight coming in. You're sitting there sipping your coffee or your tea on the back deck. You're up on a second story, so you feel like you're floating a little bit. I mean, it is just magical. And if you want to go down closer to the water, there's so many little nooks and crannies that you can go sit in. You can either do your own time or you can gather as a group. That's what I love about this space, is there's just so many options for you to try out. And if you're brave and you want to get in the pool at 6 o'clock in the morning, you can do that too. There is a hot tub, so it's in case
And,
it's cool.
and for anybody that went second floor, it's okay. There's an elevator
There
too.
is
Talk
an
about
elevator.
lap of luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a place that Melanie stays with her family. So she's intimately familiar with this property, which is part of the reason that she chose it, because she enjoys it so much. And if you look online at jennyhays.com/sacred-pause, you can see some of the rooms and how they're beautifully decorated and they look very warm and inviting. And there's also those places like she was talking about where you can get away. And you may want to, because we are going to be doing that deep work in between. Bring your book, bring your music, bring those things that you like to do. Bring your journal, bring your yoga mat, bring your Sudoku, bring whatever it is that lets you just be at peace.
Walking shoes, because there's beautiful neighborhood that we'll be in where you can walk amongst all the beautiful pecan trees that are out there. I brought a bike the first year I was there. I mean, you're welcome to bring your bike if it fits in your car and take a little tour around the neighborhood. It's
Yeah.
beautiful and very
And,
quiet. It's a very quiet space.
and this is going to be an intimate gathering. We only have space for 8 participants. So, and we've got 2 of those spots sold already. And the early bird pricing ends on the 15th, actually 16th at 12:01 a.m. or if you can't remember that, 11 p.m. on the 15th, basically midnight, but nobody ever knows which side midnight falls on, right?
Right.
So don't worry if you're a minute one way or the other, we're going to take care of you.
Yeah.
So let's also talk a little bit of, we talked a little bit about Brainspotting, a little bit about 90 breathwork, but we really didn't get into the in-water MBSA that you're going to do.
So with weather permitting, we will be doing our sessions in the water if that's what you choose. I am going to bring my massage table so we can do it indoors if we need to. So it's going to be up to the person's choice. These will be individual sessions, just you and me. And what I do is I help unwrap your cocoon that you've been into for so long. So we tend to, as women especially, curl our shoulders in. We shrink because we've got all these programs that we have running in our brains that Jenny and Laura are going to help us release. And so I kind of feel like they're unwinding your brain a little bit, and then I will help you unwind your body. So we will get all of that released so that you feel nice and relaxed in your body. Most people, when they're finished with the session, they feel taller. Some people say, you gave me new feet, because they actually feel grounded differently when they step, because we do fix anything that's going on with the feet. They feel relaxed. Some people are super relaxed. Some people are super energized, because if you've been in fight or flight for so long and you don't know any other way to operate, sometimes when we do this work, you just switch modes a little bit. And so some people go into relaxation, some people are super excited to be out of that stuck feeling. So everybody's a little bit different. Um, but you generally will come out of the session feeling more flexible. Your joints will move easier, back will be a little looser, your brain is settled. Um, just any way we can help you feel better in your body.
Yeah, Melanie did a session for me last week, and I told her, I said, what it feels like to me is guided meditation for my body. She touches 2 points, and it makes no sense. Do not try to make sense out of it. She'll be touching 2 points, and all of a sudden you'll feel something somewhere in your body, and it's like she knows where you're feeling it. You had no clue it was going there. It was kind of fun. I was actually sore the next day. So just kind of be prepared to, again, we're giving so much space for you to heal in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. And we want to encourage you to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Your brain spotting session will also be individual. It's going to be private, in person, an opportunity for you to really get in touch with things that you didn't even know were stopping you. Um, this is a very low key technique. I don't need to touch you at all. You're going to be sitting in a chair across from me, and we're going to use the sensations in your body and where you look to process some of these memories that are not finished to help you complete the memory. There's a theory that PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder, is incomplete memories, and they get stuck. And so, what we've done is we've taken those and we provide a place for you to finish the memory in a safe way that you don't even have to remember the memory if you don't want to. Your body and your brain do all of that for you. And while you'll be maybe a little tired, it's a great thing to go into relaxation afterwards, because it's like a weight gets lifted off you. That tightness, that heaviness just dissipates. So, as you can see, with what Laura is doing, with what Melanie's doing, with what I'm doing, there's going to be so many of these spots that we carry, especially as women, like Melanie said, in our shoulders, in our neck, in our back, in our feet, in our legs, in our chest, in our stomachs, that once they're released, there's just going to be a whole new lightness to you. So, Laura, did you want to add anything else about the breath work that you don't feel like you covered well?
We will start the session with a cacao ceremony. Cacao is the original chocolate. It's what chocolate is actually made from, and it'll be made into a little beverage. And the reason that I love to use it with breath work is it helps stimulate some oxytocin, so there'll be a feeling of community and bonding and safety. It also will stimulate our respiratory system, so we'll be able to open up and breathe easier, and it stimulates our pineal gland, so we'll be able to again open up and connect with all that is, so that we can pull in whatever resources we need to support us. I also am a Reiki practitioner, so while everyone is on their little journey, they'll be receiving Reiki from me, and their option is to receive it with or without touch, and I'll check in with them at the ceremony to make sure I know their preference. The biggest thing I'm hearing from all of us, and I'm excited about attending this, is the opportunity for space and for integration. I think most of the people that I know that are female, they are in the back-to-back world where they've got meetings back-to-back, or they're going from a kids event and then they're rolling right home and starting dinner, and then they're talking with their partner about something. There's not space in between those, and that can make the body and the mind feel really, really tense and congested. And so I love how much you've woven into the agenda, the schedule, there being physical, mental, emotional space for people to process everything from the solo sessions to the group session, and then all of the beautiful surrounds and nature for people to really connect to themselves and to spend a little time journaling or daydreaming or swimming in the pool. That's just as restorative as any of the things that we're going to be offering.
Most definitely.
most definitely. And then Melanie has a ceremony for us at the end of the session. I believe we're doing it at the end of the session, the fire um, ceremony, the fire ring ceremony.
Yeah, so I'm going to have everybody bring a special item with them. Small. Don't bring your refrigerator or anything.
Well, they're bringing their bike, so no.
Yeah, otherwise. Bring a small token that is special to you. We will be doing kind of an opening ceremony with that.
That's right.
And then we'll probably do a closing thing on Saturday evening to kind of close out our container. And what's nice is you'll have a good time Sunday morning to get up and just kind of relax. You don't have to rush out and go. We have till 11 or 12 o'clock that day to kind of gather our things and our thoughts and then go out into the world. So, and all we'll be doing that morning is maybe just a little bit of body movement just to keep integrating, like Jenny says. The sessions I do are super gentle, but super effective because you will feel the shift afterwards.
Yeah.
And so just doing some gentle movement will really help that soreness.
So that leads right into a couple questions that we got beforehand. So one question is, do I have to do every activity? I bet Laura, who doesn't even know what the plan is, she can answer this one.
Absolutely not. I always tell anyone that does any of the work with me, everything is optional, which is a relief, right? Because there's a lot of our world where things are pretty mandatory. So yeah, if you get to the edge of doing 90 breath work with me and you're like, I've already had a cool session with Melanie and I had an amazing session with Jenny and I'm already processing a lot. Like, I don't need any more stimulation. I need pool time. I need a walk in the woods. We will honor that. We will honor whatever you need to do for you. This is your space and your journey. So everything's optional.
Yes.
And I would say, I know Jenny is, and we're very flexible people. So we have an outline of a schedule, but we don't stick to it like stone. If the group needs something different, we're flexible enough to allow that. So just know that it's all planned, but plans change.
Yeah, these are bullet points and not set in blood. The idea is that we wanted to have enough planned to keep you engaged, to make you feel like you get something from the weekend, but not so much planned that you leave the weekend as tired as you came, because this is supposed to be restorative and healing. So we're going to meet you where you're at, and if the group needs something different, we're going to, we all three of us have got a lot of tricks up our sleeve, a lot of techniques, a lot of things that we can do. And the other thing we can do is this, and just leave you alone if you need it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the next question we've kind of talked about was, what's the food like? I do want to address the fact that we already have somebody who is gluten free and dairy free. So we understand the free people. So, but let us know so that we can make sure that we're meeting you where you're at. Because again, we want this to be an effortless weekend. We don't want you to come in and go, oh, I'm going to have to look at those Pop-Tarts and know there's nothing else that I can. Her friend makes homemade Pop-Tarts, which sound amazing. Mm-hmm. But look and think, there's nothing else I can eat. Maybe you can't have the Pop-Tarts. You can have something else. And we're going to make sure of that. I'm even going to bring some farm fresh eggs. So you'll always have that available too. Mm-hmm. So Melanie, I'll let you do this one. What if I've never done Brainspotting, MBSA, 9D breath work?
You are in for a huge treat. And kind of like what Laura was saying, there's a lot of times in my own journey that I will go do Brainspotting with Jenny, and 30 minutes later, an hour later, I actually have a client that I have to take care of. So I didn't have time to fully integrate what I was doing. So I want people to understand that that is what is going to be huge for you at this retreat, is you will have that space to integrate all of the things that we're doing. And I feel like it will benefits you more doing it that way versus one week you go do this and the next week you do that and the next week you do that or whatever. I think it has the potential to catapult you into a whole new you.
And again, like Laura said, we're not stacking these on top of each other
No,
either.
they're
So
space.
if you do MBSA, you're not going to do brain spotting the same day. And you're going to have a break before we do the 9D breath work.
Yeah.
And you're going to have time to integrate between. And if you've never done it before, and if there's something you're uncomfortable about, ask us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll tell you that probably 80 to 90% of the people that I've done brain spotting on have never even heard of it before, much less done it.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Melanie has about the same with her. Most of her new clients have never done MBSA. Laura, would you say it's pretty much the same with 9D breathwork?
Yeah, it's a relatively new healing model.
Yeah.
And so people are curious about it. It's very much like meditation, but bigger and bolder.
But yeah,
So
amped up.
lots of newbies to it.
Amped up quite a bit from that. I don't think I could compare it to meditation because it's just a different level of participation.
Absolutely.
So yeah, with meditation, I know that. So first of all, I have a little bit of neurodivergence, if y'all couldn't tell, and with meditation, I really have to work hard to meditate. 9D breath work, there is no working hard to concentrate because you're constantly getting that stimulation from all the different sounds. You're getting new different patterns to breathe. You're noticing sensations in your body. There's an undertow of work that's not hard, but it's necessary feeling. I don't know how to explain that. You want to someone who doesn't do it, Melanie? Do you want to try and explain what you felt the other night? I know you were really relaxed, which is awesome.
I was so relaxed when I did the 90 breath work. And I'm very in tune, so I really feel energy moving, and it was just like my whole body was buzzing. In a good way, not in a stressful, nervous kind of way, more like a freeing kind of way. So that always means that I'm moving the energy within myself to release whatever needs to go. And so it was a great experience. I loved it. And then I was so relaxed, I kind of either went really, really deep into meditation or fell asleep. I'm not sure which. But both of those things are very healing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the sleep allows the human part of you to just step out of the way and let the soul integration work. So I know it's good either way for me.
And with all of the things that are coming in the headphones, all of the different layers, even when you're asleep, your brain can still work with all of that. You don't have to be alert and aware. And in fact, it works better if you're not.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Absolutely.
So somebody else asked, is this introvert friendly? Well,
Yeah.
just because I'm not an introvert doesn't mean I don't love introverts. I would say, Laura, what do you think? Do you feel like you can work with introverts?
Absolutely. All of us, we're very good at working with people and reading people. And again, we read energy. So if I see you off in the trees with your journal, I'm not going to come over to you and say, how was your 90 breathwork session? You've got your leave me alone sign up in neon. I think for introverts who like to me, an introvert is someone who needs to recharge on their own.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like between all of the unscheduled time and the spaces, you're going to have a place to go and be alone and get that recharge you need, especially in nature. And again, all of us are there to support you and meet you at your level, but we are not going to chase you down and insist that you participate. With my session, I usually ask for people to share at the very end, but we sit in silence for a little bit. So then the sharing, again, it's optional. If that's how you process, great. Feel free to speak. Feel free to speak. If you don't, and you still have all your words inside, they're yours. You do what you need with them.
Yeah. And with brain spotting, really one of the rules, and I'll tell you this when we're working together, is narrate as much as you want to and as feels good. The more you narrate, the more I can guide, but the technique works without the guidance if you need it. So don't worry about it. If you want to keep things close to your heart, if you need space to process alone, I can support that. That's not a problem. Melanie, how about with the MBSA? Does it affect that at all?
Because we're doing the one-on-one sessions, not really. I mean, I work with lots of introverts
Yeah.
actually. And I would say for any of our group activities, again, it's optional. And there's so much time for you to maybe do the individual sessions, and then maybe you don't want to participate in the group things, you can.
Yeah.
There's plenty of spots around the property that you can just go sit and be by yourself. I would encourage people, they have lots of lawn furniture and chairs and different things they want to sit in. But if you have a favorite lawn chair or something, bring it. That way you can go and sit it, off in the corner or wherever you want to go, and or hang out by the water or by the pool or whatever's comfortable for you. So bring your little. I have a very comfortable lawn chair that I love. Um,
She's
so
speaking
that's
from
why I'm saying
experience.
that. Yes, I'm a very. I have many fetishes. I have pin fetishes, coffee cup fetishes, and chair fetishes.
Chair. Yeah,
I
I
like
was
my
going to say
big
bring your
chairs.
pillow, because that's for me. It's like I have to have my pillow to sleep
And
with.
pillows.
So
Yeah.
I will say that we only have 2 private rooms left. So if you are a true just need your space, you need to get in and grab those before
Mhm.
too long.
That's true. Yeah.
We talked a little bit about the early bird deadline and the fact that it's approaching quickly. So we want to make sure if you want to get that discount that you get in now. If you have questions, my number and email are on everything. Melanie's number and email are on anything. We didn't do that to Laura, but if you need to talk to Laura, don't worry, contact us, and I'm sure she'll be happy
Absolutely.
to talk with you. Um, so yeah, please reach out to us. Let us know what your questions are, how we can help you, because we're looking forward to getting this rest and restoration as much as you are. And so if you've been hearing that you need to slow down, this is the event for you.
Most definitely.
See you soon.